So regroup, right? I mean, unless you eliminate Hamas, they're going to regroup back in Gaza. I mean, unless you get rid of them, you're going to
Hey guys.
war with them again, or you're not.
You gotta figure out the right train. You gotta finish the job there. And it's finish the job and take up the leadership.
Welcome back to XCOM 2 Long War of the Shows and Mod Jam.
Or you can take out the leaders.
We're on run 17 now, so that's pretty good. Had a few already.
President Trump eliminated ISIS caliphate, and we took out Baghdadi, and we ended ISIS. Israel needs to do the same thing, but it's been hard for Israel because for 100,000 votes, 900 votes in Michigan, President Biden has put terrible pressure on the Israeli government, the Israeli people, not to eliminate Hamas. And we showed it to be done in the Trump administration with the Abraham Accords.
It's a big head.
Israel made peace with 4 Arab nations. We can add that. We can have peace in the region, but it requires eliminating the terrorists first. If we hadn't gotten rid of Baghdadi and ISIS, we would have never had the Abraham Accords.
Like a smart lawyer, you anticipated my last question to you, which is how much of what Israel is doing or having to do is based on American political pressure because of Biden and his political challenges. And it sounds to me like American politics may be influencing our position with Israel. I'll give you the last word.
Well, it's certainly influencing how Israel is conducting the campaign. And they've had to go slow. They have been able to use all the tools that they have to defeat ISIS, to defeat Hamas. And that pressure is a tremendous effect on the morale of the people of Israel. And knowing that the number one partner in the United States of America is not there to help them. And that's a tragic situation.
Ambassador Robert O'Brien, thank you for your service to our country. Who knows, you may serve in another capacity at some point. Thank you especially for joining us on Sunday night.
Great to see you, Dr. Detroit. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You too. Too little, too late. This week, President Biden is reportedly expected to shut down asylum requests and deny entry migrants once daily thresholds are met. I wonder what took so long. Could this possibly be in response to the border being the #1 issue for voters? And the killer of Georgia nursing student Macon Riley was formally charged with murder. He pleaded not guilty, even as an ABC News article said his case had become a, quote, rallying cry for conservatives. Actually, ABC News, I think we're just sick of seeing innocent people out for a run get murdered. Joining us is Jonathan Fahey, former acting ICE director. Director, I hate to sound cynical. Actually, I don't. It doesn't bother me one bit. But why now? The border has been a disaster for years. So why now is there a, quote, daily limit to how much illegality or unlawfulness we can stomach?
Well, I don't think it's wrong to be cynical here, Trey, because this is all being done because of this administration is truly cynical on this issue. They've done anything, like you said, for 3.5 years, even though we've had 10 and 12,000 people coming per day. But it's an election issue, so they wanted to appear like they're treating this issue seriously and trying to deal with it. But we all know it's pure nonsense. They're going to do this, try to come up with some executive order, and then they're going to hope it gets challenged or they lose, so they can say, oh, we need comprehensive immigration reform. We all know this is nonsense. We all know it's geared for the election. If they really wanted to do something about this border has been open since January of 2021. We've all been talking about it. We've all been talking about the ways they prevent it, and they haven't cared, they haven't tried. And in fact, they've demonized anyone that wants to bring it to their attention, even their own agents. So this, again, you're right to be cynical, but this is really the most cynical administration that puts politics ahead of the safety of the American public in front of the national security. They have this open borders political agenda, and at best, they will do something for a few months and go right back to full-on open borders, and probably even worse if he gets reelected.
Sorry, Jonathan, you're a subject matter expert. If President Biden were watching, and this may be a little past his bedtime, but if he were watching and he said, all right, Jonathan, give me one thing I can do tomorrow that would do the most good. If I don't need Congress, I can do it executively. What would you tell him?
It would be remain in Mexico. That would deter people from coming in for falsely claiming asylum because they would have to remain in Mexico until their case is heard, so that would deter the flow. Secondarily, the people that don't come in through ports of entry, you should start arresting and prosecuting people that come in for illegal entry or illegal re-entry. That would then stem that tide. And the third thing would be deport the people that are here that are these criminals. This administration, as you know, your viewers probably know, doesn't even deport criminals. They only deport them in the rarest circumstances. To even be considered for deportation, they have to be convicted of an aggravated felony. But going back to what's the number one thing, remain in Mexico would turn the tide immediately, because it would disincentivize all of these people, these cartels that are trafficking people, everyone else. They would lose the incentive, they'd lose the money, and this could really be brought down to a ripple in almost, I would say, in almost no time, because if people aren't getting in, they know they're not going to stay, and then we don't have the problem anymore.
Morale of law enforcement is something I care a lot about. I cannot imagine the morale is good when you're being asked not to do something. You can't even go after people who have absconded before a trial. So how do you recruit people when they're being told not to do the job they were hired to do?
I really don't know, and it's a nationwide, even under local law enforcement, particularly with the CBP agents, ICE agents. Not only are they told not to do their job, this administration has shown that it will harm them if they try to do their job. Remember those Border Patrol agents they falsely accused of whipping migrants for racial motivations, and it was entirely false, yet they spread that line. So, the morale's terrible, but it can be changed, but it has to be changed with this election.
Jonathan Fahey, we shall see. The border is number one on the minds of the jury, the number one on the minds of the voters. So we shall see what happens on Sunday night.
Thank you.
Well, that was messed up.
Only on Sunday night.
My frequent heartburn had me taking antacid after antacid all day long, but with Prilosec OTC, just one pill a day blocks heartburn for a full 24 hours. For one and done heartburn relief, Prilosec OTC, one pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
Ninjas in session. Time to get to work.
We have so much fun.
In the buzzer, that would be like when I go. Check your local listings.
Super Beta Prostate is the #1 selling brand for men's prostate and urinary health. You'll notice less urges to urinate, and you won't be getting up at night for so many bathroom trips. Super Beta Prostate. Find it at Walmart.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Because there are people out there who aren't you.
No, you drive twice.
A lot of them. And you don't drive like, whoa. Other drivers are not you. Nope, definitely not you. Save the drive-bys and get a rate based on you. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Dear Allegiant Flag Supply, we grew sick and tired of flying flags that were made overseas, flags that would rip and tear easily. So we really need a commitment to quality. All of our flags are finished with bar tacking at all the stress points, and they're sewn using double needle lock stitching.
All of our flag materials are sourced in America, and they are made by American seamstresses. So we're American made from beginning to end.
Shop now at shopallegiance.com.
Many probiotics don't survive digestion. That means whatever you're taking for your gut probably isn't getting where it needs to go. Seeds DSO1 Daily Symbiotic is the 2-in-1 prebiotic and probiotic engineered to survive, bringing live bacteria all the way down to the colon for a healthy digestion.
Can't move anywhere.
Skin, heart, and immune system. Get started today with Seeds DSO1 Daily Symbiotic. Visit seed.com to order now.
Move into position.
One second, Grandma. This guy's gonna go in my car. Like if you need Carvana, entering plate number, no actions, right? Generating offer. Carvana can pick it up tomorrow.
That's an amazing offer.
Sell your car the easy way with Carvana.
Wednesdays. Right. And this is wonderful.
Already.
Searching for the next great food stop.
It's the time, dude. What?
Because Wednesdays so fast. And watch it, son.
If you know it's not just a car. It's a stickers, all types of stickers, with durable steel coils and plush marking. Luxury is handcrafted in American factories around Japan to you from free annual white glove delivery service, which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Sapa to friends and family. Sapa, luxury mattresses made of wood.
Hi, I'm Laura Geller, and today I'd like to show you my daily routine. Each product is so easy to apply. This routine gives you natural liquid coverage and it is beautifully fresh. Learn more about daily routine at laurageller.com.
The emergency fire blanket is lightweight, portable, easy to use to put out fire safely and effectively. Pull it on the couch and toss it on a fire. It's better to have it and not need it than it is to need it and not have it. By Prepared Hero.
Welcome to Fox Nation, a place where we look to the future and toast to our past. This is Fox Nation, where all of America's stories are told. Sign up and start streaming today.
Welcome back to Sunday Night America. Each week, we enjoy hearing from you via email and social media. We love hearing what's on your mind. So tonight, we start with Jim from Wisconsin.
Hi, Trey. Jim from Wisconsin. Do you think the Democrats will continue to push their agenda through the courts after failing in Congress?
Yes, Jim, they will, but so too will Republicans. The legislative branch was supposed to at least be equal with the other two branches and arguably the strongest of the three, but it's not anymore. Now Congress looks like a bad episode of the Jerry Springer show, and the courts are where people run to for change. And that will remain the case unless and until the legislative branch reasserts its constitutional role. Our next question comes from Peter from Virginia.
Hello, Trey. This is Peter from Virginia. Do you think that your time spent being a prosecutor killed your soul?
Peter, one of my favorite books in the Bible is the obscure book of Habakkuk. Habakkuk was a prophet who asked some fairly pointed questions of God. The book starts with, how long, God, must I call for your help, and you will not listen? Why do you tolerate wrongdoing? Why is there so much injustice? Those are good, fair, tough questions. Why do bad things happen to good people? Why do bad people escape punishment? I will confess, being a prosecutor turned me into much more of a cynic than I was, but I'm still asking questions, just like the prophet Habakkuk. And I think as long as you're asking questions, your soul is still alive. Next, Carol from Atlanta asked this.
It's Carol from Atlanta. I have a question for you. If you could create an AI clone of yourself, what would you do to improve and what would you do differently?
Well, like lots of people, I guess I would want to be smarter and funnier and faster and cuter, but if I tried to clone myself, my wife would intervene immediately and stop that from happening. I think she would tell you that one is enough, and she might even tell you that one is more than enough. If you have a question, email us at yowdyamerica@fox.com or on social media at yowdyamerica. Thank you for spending part of your Sunday with us. I hope you have a great week ahead. Good night from South Carolina.
We have to expect our soldiers to feel the strain of combat eventually. We just have to give them enough time to recover properly.
I'm along with Captain Joe Contra and Guy Benson, and welcome to the Big Weekend Show. The big story tonight. Former President Trump says my revenge will be success. 2 days after his guilty verdict, the former president got a huge wealth event UFC fight in a Blue, New Jersey, and the
fighting for the Constitution, same thing that you do. You fight for freedom, you fight for equal. These people are sick. They're sick, they're deranged. The enemy from within, they are doing damage to this country.
The support for Trump was palpable at UFC. Even the fighters wanted to shake his hand. Fox News correspondent Cindy Cotton is in New York City tonight.
As former President Donald Trump entered into the New Jersey arena, he shook hands with people in the crowd while UFC president and supporter Dana White stood by his side. And initially they had a standing ovation. At one point, MMA fighter Sean Strickland also gave the former president a shout out. The night marked one of Trump's first public appearances since being convicted on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records, to which the former president previously pleaded not guilty. Trump's lawyers are now gearing up for the appeals process, which is expected to stretch beyond the November 5th election day. This morning on Fox News weekend, the former president spoke about what he believes is next.
When you see what they've done, these people are so evil. And at the same time, the country can come together. You know, I'm saying this, but the country can come together. Success will bring the country together. Because I had it together. Before the China virus came out, I had it together. We really had it together. The country is doing better than it had ever done. We'll go back to the same policies and then some.
Trump's new sentence this summer, a financial penalty, home confinement, probation, or up to 4 years in prison are all punishments that are on the table.
But you decide to say, hey, house arrest or in jail. I'm okay with it. I don't know that the public needs to. I'm not sure the public needs to.
Fox legal experts have been skeptical that Trump will face incarceration because of his age and lack of a prior criminal record. He's also been convicted of the lowest level felonies in New York, all making it unlikely he'll spend any time behind bars. A former Manhattan district attorney agrees.
I think that with the proximity of the Republican convention 4 days after his sentencing, and then if he was the candidate for the Republican Party, the proximity of the election, I would be surprised that he would be sentenced to any imprisonment.
Trump's sentencing is set for July 11th, 4 days before the start of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Anita.
All right, thank you, Cindy Cotton, for that report. Okay, so our friends at Boxing Friends Weekend had a great interview with former President where he said a lot of interesting things. And one of the things he talked about was what revenge looks like for him. It looks like success is.
There it is. Way the fuck in the opposite corner.
And they do things that are so destructive. Don't forget, if it weren't me, they'd be going after somebody else. And I know a lot of the competition, they wouldn't do so well. They wouldn't be doing so well. Right? They'd be saying, Mom, you take me home, I want to go home. And I say it, and it sounds beautiful, right? You know, my revenge will be success.
Okay, so Joe, I want to review on this. It kind of reminds me of the saying that the best form of revenge is living well. That's kind of his form of that, I guess. What do you think he means when he talks about success? Does it mean winning the presidency, successfully governing the country, all of the above?
Winning the presidency and then having a successful presidency, therefore the American people, the country is successful. They're not dealing with high prices anymore, gas prices anymore, and making more energy than making more secure. Maybe the world doesn't seem like it's on fire. The world was quite stable under Donald Trump, taking out the exit caliphate, getting shot under control as far as his missile launches, and Russia was the big countries his tenure. So, in the end, that's what he's talking about. And when you hear folks and other networks saying that if Trump is elected, imagine what's going to happen. He's going to execute journalists. That's what Joe Scarborough said on MSNBC. He also said that he would execute generals and jail his political opponents. The last part is quite rich because that's exactly what the Democratic Party is trying to do with Donald Trump.
That is interesting, and lots of fallout still from the verdict. Let's take a look at a couple of polls. This one, you're asking people, were the charges against Trump politically motivated? There you see 47% of people say yes, 38% say no, 15% say they really don't know, and they just don't have an opinion. Also, take a look at this favorable opinions of Donald Trump and Joe Biden. They really seem to be unchanged since the verdict. 32% favorable for Joe Biden, 31% for Donald Trump. Guy, let me go to you on this because I know you dissect these polls. What do you make of that? I mean, unchanged opinion.
Yeah, I mean, those are bad favorable ratings for both of them.
like statistically insignificant the change. I am skeptical. I'm going to wait probably 3 weeks before I really buy into any of the polling spin or narratives out there, because I want to see high quality national and state level polling and see how it affects the averages. And I don't think we'll really have that until the end of this month, but we do have some numbers. We talked about the ABC poll. I've seen a few others that show maybe a tiny uptick for Joe Biden, others showing flat, nothing. Overall, thus far, it seems like a shrug in terms of does that change as it starts to sink in more? Does the anger about what's happened to Trump, does that start maybe favoring him in certain places, right? Not nationally, but in key states? That's a wait and see for me.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting to let some time go by and see what changes there. I agree. I want to go back to this interview that Fox and Friends Weekend did with the former president. He had a lot of things to say. One of the things he talked about was some of the policy decisions he might make if he gets elected. Let's listen to something he said about cutting the Department of Education.
You mentioned the kids. So we're going to cut the Department of Education. We're going to be run locally. We have this immense Department of Education, and other than to have a little tiny coordination, that's going to happen immediately.
Okay, so Pat, he says that will happen immediately, cutting the Department of Education. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's a view that I've had for a while, right? And it was always kind of seen as a radical view. But I don't know after what happened during COVID how that can be seen as radical anymore, right? Because during COVID, the Democrats' policy for years, what they were calling for was school is not allowed, right? That was the Zoom school was not real school, and we're seeing that in the hard data now of how far, sadly, very sadly, kids are behind. But you're a more horrible person. Expressing concerns about that. That was what was truly radical. So I feel like there's no way you can look at what happened during COVID and think that that's ridiculous and ideal. All it is that the people in these communities and the parents know what's better for the kids that they actually know than some random bureaucrats in D.C. who have all these different special interests influencing their decisions. To me, that's not radical. To me, that's logic. That makes sense.
So put the decision making back in local hands. One of the other things the president talked about during this interview was having a presidency, and to do that, he said he might declassify some very interesting documents. Let's listen to this.
Some people think that one way to build trust is to declassify things, and everyone's talking about it. You talked earlier, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. So, if you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no, please. Would you declassify the 9/11 files? Would you declassify the JFK files?
Yeah. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah.
Guy, declassify different Epstein files? What do you think? And the rest of us.
That last one's extra.
We've secured a civilian contact.
Sounds like a campaign promise there from the former president, possible future president. He also, let's be honest, says a lot of things. And that if he wins an election, maybe some of the promises get massaged. Because that's what political figures do. It's not just unique to Donald Trump. But those are intriguing questions, I think, and interesting answers.
Yeah. So everybody wants to learn about the conspiracies behind the scenes and what's really behind them, right?
Especially JFK. There isn't one adult that's alive now that needs to be protected when John F. Kennedy was shot in November 1963. So that, at the minimum, should be let out completely. And you don't need to protect him. You don't need Donald Trump for that. And where was Donald Trump in 1963? Could ask it all. Just ask you a question.
We've secured a civilian contact. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
I agree.
I do too.
By construction left in their days.
To let go of
the ways of the old world. They will continue to and reckless crimes until the entire world burns around them. We are great.
Everything has got to be transparent. There is a global mistrust now in the transparency of what we do.
Really, Fauci has got to the hill from public testimony. And if you really know our kids, I don't want to believe that our Gen Zers are that straight.
Jones Road is a modern approach to mining and philosophy. Clean, good-for-you products that are versatile and easy to use. Learn more at jonesroad.com.
A lot of non-stick cookware is being given with forever chemicals that you get into your food at home. At Norway, we don't make compromises. Our signature cookware is made to do 100% non-toxic cooking surface. You heard us. No forever chemicals here. Our signature thread is also naturally so your food can glide around. It also makes cleaning up pretty easy. Non-stick cookware without compromise. Terrifying.
Hey, Emma.
You need a mattress, right?
Yeah.
Been doing a little research.
Little?
The Sofa Classic has 2 layers of springs that contour to your body.
Nice.
It has a 3-inch Euro pillow top down, and it's surprisingly affordable.
But I just want to know about dinner.
Sofa. Luxury mattresses made affordable. Doctors recommend Chloe Stool Softener for gentle, dependable relief from constipation. It's so gentle, doctors even recommend it during pregnancy and after surgery. Chloe increases water in the stool, making it softer so it's easier to go. No much laxatives, cramping or straining. Chloe.
Switch to Shopify. So you can build it better, scale it faster, sell more, much more. Take your business to the next stage. You switch to Shopify.
100 by income plan kicks off. The Women's and Christ churches to what's at stake for both father and son. Jesse's covering all the angles. Just when it comes to drugs, how much freedom is too much for kids? Drugs are out there, but my team feel free to say no around other kids. I can live drug-free lives from it. And that's my kids. Drugs worry me. I just talk about it with my kids.
Questions about drugs and kids? Call or chat to get real-time support. We're trying to rob Phoenix and Miami.
Hey, hold on a question.
Let me guess. What driving my mom home for me?
What?
Setting course for Sector 12, East Africa.
Shifting over to God and one of the neighboring Russians is out. This thing is violence. We found Kirby, the top Democrat in the House. All the plans, different names. That proposal, an Israeli proposal, has been given to Hamas. It was done on Thursday night, our time. We're waiting for an official response from Hamas. We know that publicly Hamas officials came out and welcomed this proposal.
It's my hope that Prime Minister Netanyahu, consistent with what has been done by the Israeli war cabinet, which is to unanimously adopt the Biden peace plan.
Just one problem there, Catholic member of Israel's defense minister says the leading Hamas and Biden not started. Biden says the
some hostile powers that use both sides to move far apart.
Now to this, is the media right in its claim that Democrats are in a full-blown freak-out over Biden? Earlier on Fox News Sunday, Biden surrogate O'Connor said, not him. Are you one of the Democrats freaking out?
I'm not Shannon. The last 20 years, this country, the national elections are almost very close. They're usually decided in a few percent in a few states. This is going to be a very, very close election. And I think that's what Democrats recognize, that it's a hard-fought battle. We have to have a better economic vision in showing what we're going to do to improve people's lives.
Concha, you love Joe Biden. You talk about it all the time. Yeah. So do you think that this is true? Do you think that nobody's freaking out? That it's always kind of like this?
I'm going to look more at Joe Biden numbers.
Yeah.
Joe Biden is polling lower than any president at this stage of his presidency than any in history.
Good boy.
Is meaningful. And it's not like Joe Biden's going to get better with age, like a fine wine. He's more like cottage cheese. You know, we know that doesn't get better with age. Civics has a poll out today. They do state polling, all right? In 48 out of 50 states, Joe Biden is underwater. Underwater meaning his approval is below his disapproval. Only folks in Hawaii and Massachusetts slightly approve of the job he's doing, which means he's well underwater in states like California, New York, and Illinois. He's 22 points underwater in the state of Delaware, which is quite blue heads, you know. So that's why I think he's acting as far as this bill, executive order, and finally doing something he did years ago and shutting down the border crossings go above 4,000. This is something that he knows he has to do because he is as vulnerable on this issue as he is on inflation.
Well, Guy, what's always interesting to me is the messaging that comes out saying, you know, Trump is this uniquely awful figure, the Democrats are saying he's this uniquely awful figure, but then why aren't you doing better then? What does it think about you?
We terrible. We are losing today. Right? That's difficult. I think that's why the freakout's happening. Right? I don't think that this is a fait accompli that Trump is going to necessarily win the election. I think he could. I think Biden absolutely could still win this thing. But there are a lot of Democrats that I've talked to in D.C. and elsewhere who will say under their breath, off the record, we're stuck with them, but we can't really do anything about it at this point. We wish we were going to pass. And increasingly, they're trying to say it all around. We're getting closer and closer to the nominating contest. We're 5 months out from this election, so all of the whining isn't going to do them any good. By the way, there's one point on the border issue that Lucas was talking about in that report. Joe Biden told us a few weeks ago he doesn't have the authority to do any more than he already has. He said, I can't do any executive orders because I've exhausted my authority. That's surprise. They've never seen executive orders. I guess the authority just came out of nowhere. And now he's going to try to pull this political manipulation to do something that he trusts God for his own he couldn't do. And I love this something almost border crossing, secret, 4,000 a day. And they'll shut down the border. I hear that and I hear they can shut down the border. They're just choosing not to. Until thousands a day come across. I would love an explanation on that, how that is incoherent. Either of those things are coherent thoughts.
And we make an explanation, right?
Before you jump the air, good luck.
And the area thoughts.
You know, just picking up on Joe's thing about numbers. Yesterday, I mentioned this, and I think it bears repeating. Maybe part of the reason for the freakout is that Trump is leading Biden in some key states: Nevada, Georgia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Swing states. So, I mean, that's got to be causing a sense of unease. But I will say what O'Connor said. You know, at the end of the day, this is going to come down. I mean, this is going to be a close election now, and you know, it always tightens up towards the end, and it always is those few percentage points in those key states.
We'll all be watching. Coming up, Caitlin Clark targeted on and off. I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called total privilege.
Keep an eye out for the chosen sabotage attempts. We don't have any more time to lose.
Don't stand fast. The president will move from
It's just efficient. Time to get to work. We have so much fun. In the buzzer, that would be like winning gold. Check the local list.
Here at Allegiance Flag Supply, we grew sick and tired of flying flags that were made overseas, flags that would rip and tear easily. So we really need a commitment to quality. All of our flags are finished hard packing and all the specified stone using double needle lock.
All the flag materials are sourced in America and they are made by Americans. We're American made from beginning to end.
Shop now at showallegiance.com. This is a story about the one. The untrained eye may not see the one as extraordinary, but her goals aren't easy. She fixes, she manages, she provides. She is extraordinary because for the one, maintaining this space transports her to this space. The industrial grade product you need is one lead more. Call clickgranger.com or stop by. Granger for the ones who get it done. Introducing your new favorite shirt, the Lightweight Hoodie. Crafted with an ultra-light, quick-dry fabric, has exceptional breathability, natural sun protection, and is made from buttery soft bamboo for unmatched comfort.
The Resistance is asking for our help in extracting a VIP who has been providing reconnaissance.
Your go-to summer hoodie has arrived.
We've got the coordinates, but it's likely we'll have
In the
to clear out a
fast-paced rhythm of life, where demands can be relentless and time is precious, prioritizing your well-being can be hard. Not to worry. Balance of Nature fruits and veggie supplements are convenient and easy to add to any schedule. Paired with eating more fresh produce, regular exercise, and a positive mindset, Balance of Nature fruits and veggie supplements can help you keep your rhythm, whether it be excelling in your day-to-day or just living in the moment. Start your journey with Balance of Nature supplements.
Let's save this for sure.
35% off plus a free vibrant spice supplement with your first order as a preferred customer.
See you guys next time. Peace out. I know millions love to watch me, but only you can.
Go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751 to get this special offer by using
Never mind, Mitch.
code Fox News.
The West was a chaotic rule.
And I'm starting not to mind it.